right, get excited. You guys ready for this? You know what? I know you guys are all together. You're here for a conference, right? For utilities and water.
Is that one taken?
And what?
Taken?
Oh, and energy too. Wow. Okay, so you want to hear the fun stories. Okay. I'm gonna bust those out for you specifically because you're gonna want to know. Couple of reminders. There's a lot of you. I wasn't expecting you guys today. Actually, I wasn't supposed to work today. There was someone called in sick. So I'm a teacher. I work for Chicago Public Schools. So maybe you'll teach me something on the break. Yes, yes. Give it up for teachers. 11 days of school left. Who's counting? Yeah. Parents, I'm so sorry. Yes, yes. You know, when the teachers start the ball, they should just give us like alcohol. Just give us a whole bunch of alcohol, right? They will make sure your son or daughter gets an A+, no worries. So good time. So the other crazy thing, I teach 6th and 7th grade, so hopefully I'll be able to entertain all of you all. The other day the kids go, Miss Scopel, your class is boring. I said, do you see entertainer on the wall? Do you see a tip jar? And they were like, oh. But they're really nice kids. I got great kids. I love them, and I'm gonna miss them. They were actually upset. They were like, they're not counting, but I'm counting. We're gonna pass my school on the tour. What is that? That is crazy, right? Chicago Public Schools, we are the 3rd largest school district in the United States. Yeah. And let me tell you another fun fact, and then I'm done with school. We have the 4th best high school here in Chicago. It is a Chicago public school, Walter Payton High School, 1 mile from the dock. Pretty cool, huh? Yeah. I mean, he's the man, right? All right, we're gonna have a lot of fun. Now, I only talked 64 minutes of the tour. Woohoo! That's even better, right? You guys are getting better here. You're liking me now. Couple things. There is a bar on the boat. 2 bartenders. Here's the thing. You're on a tour. You're in Chicago. It's over 80 degrees and it's not even June. This is amazing. So feel free to get a cocktail. They have Shirley Temples, beer, champagne. I love champagne. Yes, that's what I drink in the city. So feel free to walk anytime. Go get that. Next thing. If anybody's downstairs on the left side of the boat, you want to move to the right because I mainly talk about the right. If you're upstairs, you're good. Second, if you're by the horn, look at right here, I don't want you scared. The horn. You will know it's going to go off into the boat right in front of us when you know what's going on. Have you guys heard Chicago? You know how you know you're in the city? You hear that horn going, right? I don't know what that is. Yeah, weirdest thing to me. All right. So you can walk, you can get up. If anybody's downstairs and wants to come upstairs, stand up, come upstairs. We've got room all over. I don't want anybody to miss anything. I've been with Wendella 3.5 years. This is my summer job. I love this job. It's my favorite job to do, besides teaching, of course. But so I hope you enjoy the tour. So we're going to head west. We're going to go north. Then we're going to go south. What's the tallest building here in Chicago called? Sears Willis Tower. If you're local, we call it Sears. If you're visiting, it's Willis. You're going to get some amazing pictures tonight. Look at this sun. Oh my gosh. All right, I'm going to talk mainly on the right side. Here we go, our first building coming up on the right. This is our 2nd tallest building here in Chicago. It's Trump International Hotel and Tower. It is the 2nd tallest building, 1,362 feet tall. Now, the architect is Adrian Smith. He is from Chicago. Now, where is the tallest building in the world today? Dubai. What's the name of the building? The Burj Khalifa. You want to know how tall that building is? 1.5 towers. Who is the architect? Adrian Smith, once again from Chicago. Now he's working on the tallest building in the world. It's going to be in Saudi Arabia. You want to know how tall? 2 of those towers. Can you even imagine? Yes. Now look at this building. Oh, I don't know what they're doing here, but this building is wrapped in steel with a glass facade. It is a 5-star hotel and luxury apartments that people own up there. Now this building has the most concrete of any residential building in the world. Not the world, in Chicago. So it's residential and it has a lot of concrete because it's safe, stable, and quiet. Now look at this building coming up on your right. Not very appealing, right? Less is more. No ornamentation. This is Mies van der Rohe. He was a German, came here to Chicago. We have a lot of his architecture in the city. This was his last building he completed in 1970. He died in 1969. You see the extra ventilation in that building? It was formerly the IBM building. Remember those old computers? They generated all that heat, so they needed extra ventilation. Now, Mies van der Rohe, he opened his first architecture school. It's called the Illinois Institute of Technology today. He had a student by the name of Bertrand Goldberg. Look at this. He brought us Marina City, Marina Tower, or people like to call them the corn cobs. His philosophy, there are no right angles in nature. Look at this. He brought us a slice of deep dish pizza or a slice of pie as your apartment. Now, built in 1967, 1969, when you go in that building, in the middle is the elevator. You exit the elevator. You go into your apartment, it's very narrow. As you go out, it widens. Better choice, I agree. Yeah. I got to teach in the morning. So why did they call it a city within a city? Well, there's a bowling alley, a roller skating rink, a movie theater, a grocery store, and a K-6 private school in that building still today. 19 with the parking, 868 apartments, the most photographed residential building. Now look over here, 1987, Skidmore, Owens, and Merrill. You see this terrace? That's all new. They finally completed it last year. They can use it all winter long. Very good pizza, Portofino's, not really good. All right, coming up here on your right side of the boat. I love this building. This is a typical warehouse in Chicago, built in 1914, George Nimmons. This is a Reed Murdoch building. They're having a function down here. Now, look at it, it's asymmetrical. 6 columns on the right, you got the center column, and you got 5 on the left. They had to take a portion of the building down to widen the road, which is the south. Now, what do you guys see at the very top of this typical warehouse? A clock, that's correct. People are like, why do we have clocks on our old warehouses, which are now corporate offices or apartments? It's because in the 1900s it was a luxury to own a watch. This way people knew what time it was and what time to report to work. You know, in Chicago, you don't need that fancy Apple Watch. You just look at ladder buildings, you can see the time, and sometimes you see the temperature. Now look over here to your right. This building, very new. It is a LEED Platinum building, leadership, energy, environment, and design. You will appreciate this building. It's like the movies of Oscar. Now what's interesting, this building does not have air conditioning. How they keep it cool, they take the river water all the way to the top of this building. It flows through the building, cools the building. But when it comes back into the river water, it's warming up the river water. Now we have over 70 different types of fish in our river. So we still do this with this building, but not our newer buildings today. All right, look over here to your right. This is the Merchandise Mart. Look at this building. It is Art Deco. See the vertical lines, they draw your eyes to the top. You see the setbacks and the ornamentation. This was built in 1930. It is 4.5 million square feet. You're like, how big is that, Justine? It takes up 5 acres of land. Now there's only one building that takes up more space. It's in Washington, D.C. Anybody want to guess? I'm struggling. I'm so sorry. All right, I think I got it now. All right, let's talk about this building one more time. So, do you guys know who Marshall Fields is? Ooh, I'm going to die up here. It's all good. He had 14 warehouses all over Chicago. He's like a Macy's and Nordstrom's. And he bought this building in 1930. It cost him $30 million. Then in 1940s, he owed some back taxes. If you're from Illinois, second highest property taxes in the United States. Who's from New Jersey on the boat? You're number 1, yes. He sold the building for $12 million in 1942. The Kennedys bought it. Kennedy sold it in 1998, $575 million. Not a bad return on investment. Oh, thank you. Appreciate that. Okay, look over here. The Kennedys own this. This is Wolf Point. Now, looking over here to your right, that's Wolf Point East Residential. You can see their pool on the 14th floor. Here, our new Salesforce building. An incredible building. Took 4 years to build. They're still working on it. And then Wolf Point West Residential. Now, as we come around, you look on the fence just below the rocks, look up above the rocks and look at the fence. You see a circle with the letter Y. We are in the junction right now where all parts of the river meet. In fact, what letter represents Chicago? The letter Y. Pretty cool about our city. Now, draw your eyes back here to your left side of the boat. Oh, look at these people. Gibson Italian, they're eating outside over there. What a view they have. I always forget about that place. But look over here on your left side. This is called River Bend. This is a residential building. See how it bends with the river? That's called contextualism. That's a style of architect. Every one of these face east. It was built in 2002. They paid $1.2 million a piece. And parking additional $50,000, which is valet because the building's so narrow. And then, boom, look what went up in front of them. Oh no, it's like that TikTok. Oh no, oh no. Yes, the Kennedys own this. Obviously they tried to prevent them from building, but it didn't happen. Now over here to your right, the Fulton House. Now look at this. This was an old dairy market. In fact, butter and cheese we stored here. And then Harry Weiss redesigned it. See the starfish? Look inside the balconies, 6 feet of concrete. Why so much concrete? Well, there was horsehair and cork to keep the dairy products cool. It took 6 months, 500 truckloads to remove all the horsehair and cork out of that building to convert it to residential. Now here, the original Chicago cottages. Oh, my friend, he's grilling up there. So what's interesting, these were built in 1988. They each paid $1 million apiece. Now as we go by, look back, it looks like sails on a sailboat. Harry Weiss loved the nautical theme. He loved boats. They have their own private dock and own private parking. Now one did sell 2 years ago for $2.6 million. So, now, I mean, once again, the growth. Now draw your eyes over here to your right side of the boat again. They have kayaks here you can rent. But this is the East Bank Athletic Club. Now, let's talk about this club for a minute. You guys see the windows on this building today? Well, back in the day, nobody wanted to be on this part of the river. It was disgusting. You can look at the water. It's not very pretty over here, but it used to smell. I mean, nobody wanted to be on it or look at it. So they cleaned up the river, and then they put in these beautiful windows for the view. Who belong here? Oprah Winfrey, Michael Jordan, the Obamas, they all used to work out here. You can buy a day pass, and there's a pool at the top. Now look over to your left. These I love. These are 70 European cottages. Aren't these gorgeous? Look at this, 4 levels. They're out on their balcony. Look at that, the garden right there. I hardly ever see people out there. That's so cool. The second floor is the kitchen and family room, and all the way at the top is a master bedroom with that beautiful balcony. Now these sold in 2003, $1.3 million a piece. This is Kinsey on the Park. You are allowed to go in there and walk, but you must register. Now these rarely go up for sale. In fact, to be a tour guide, there's a lady with a PhD that sits right here with a boat full of people yourselves, and she raised us, and she thought she could buy one in 2003, and she's like, oh no. So they all sold before any were even built. They just went off the plans. Now let's go over here. Quick, to the right. Look at these. Now this used to be an old warehouse. Look at these, the first 2 levels. Look at them chilling out. Hey ladies, get excited. How about this weather? Woohoo! Where's the cocktail? Oh, they got the wine. I see it. Okay, I'm right. Hey, see, I can never see it. Okay, I better talk about the river. So that was an old warehouse. Now what's interesting, you see the balconies added on. That's called adaptive reuse. So when you see an old warehouse like that and then the balconies added on, that's called adaptive reuse. Now where do you find that? Everywhere. You'll find it in Cincinnati, Denver, San Francisco, New York, Austin. Now going back to that building, when we go back, look in the apartments. The first 2 levels, they have 2 fireplaces in them each because that's how they warmed the warehouse for the workers back in the day. Pretty cool. All right, let's look over here. Look at everybody's out. It is just lovely. Look at the dogs hanging out. This is Montgomery Ward's Park. I'm going to talk about it. But look at the building to your right. See the chevron design, like a triangle? These are European industrial style apartments. There's only two of them. This is Kingsbury on the park and Erie on the park. They're all residential. Hello, hello. Look at everybody's happy. I love this. Now look beyond the trees. You see the white columns with the blue-green glass in the background? I'm going to talk about Ward's in a minute. But that was his business office. Now what is interesting, the white columns, that's where the elevators were and still are today. And the windows were the business offices. So for like yourselves, you guys work for a company, no matter what you did for the company or how much money you made for the company, everybody got the exact same size office with a window view. Now, who is Mr. Ward? He's a very important person here in Chicago. Do you know the JCPenney's catalog, Sears catalog? He's a big catalog guy. If you don't know who that is, he's like the Amazon Prime today, back in the day. So this was all dedicated to him. Hello. Look down the side. You guys see that black building in the distance? I'll catch you on the way back. We'll catch you. Hello, ladies. See, everybody has fun. Have you guys noticed how friendly Chicagoans are? I mean, we have 3 million people and we're pretty friendly. Yeah, yes. New York's number 1. Number 2, LA. We're number 3. Anybody from Houston on the boat? Oh, you're going to overtake Chicago soon. Yes, yes. All right. So, has anybody done the 360 in the John Hancock building? Have you guys done that? Nobody's done that? Have you guys done Willis Tower, Sears Tower, the tallest? No? Oh my goodness. You guys have to work tomorrow? Okay. Well, when you have some time and you come back, I'll show you where to go. Okay. Hello, you're doing amazing. I would love to live here. Like, I would have fun. Now look at this, another typical warehouse, Mr. Ward's, right? This style is called prairie style. Look at the ornament.